You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a man barely 6 feet tall, but a mountain of muscle, Pete Schwaba.
Well, maybe not a mountain, but it's there, under a layer. I am stacked. Hey, it's Pete Schwaba. Welcome to Nite Lite, folks. It's Thursday night, a gorgeous night here in the state of Wisconsin. So I hope you had a great day, wherever you're joining us from tonight, across our beautiful state on this summer day, night, evening. Wisconsin is what I like to call the state of summer, and it's finally here. We've had some great weather back-to-back after a great holiday weekend, and this is a beautiful evening and a great night to sit inside and listen to the radio. It's been a crazy week, folks, so thank you for sticking with us here and being with us tonight, because I was off Monday for the holiday. Then some unforeseen things happened, and Todd Michaels produced Tuesday. He has moved on to take another job. We wish Todd the best. And then we had technical difficulties last night. And then, so tonight is our only, because we have a replay going tomorrow that was already previously set up. So it's kind of been a really weird week of Nite Lite. It does not feel like a normal week. It feels very different. And I hope we all still feel close, listeners. I hope all the listeners know we have not abandoned them. We are here. We are all couch potatoes together. And we will be talking serious TV and movies tonight. And it will be a normal Nite Lite show tonight. So we got a replay tomorrow night. And then we will be back live on our regularly scheduled airwaves starting on Monday with a great show. So thank you for bearing with us this week, folks. Hope you were able to find something in the content we posted when we weren't here this week to enjoy. So got a great show tonight. Conrad, how are you doing tonight? That's the question.
I'm doing good. It's good to be back, because it's been a week since I produced this show, I feel like now.
It has been a week, right?
Yeah.
It's been more than a week, because we were off. I was off last Thursday, and you were too. We went off. That was the same. We took that day. I took Monday. You took Monday and Tuesday.
I did. Yes.
Then you produced John and Jim's show. John and Jim's show is no longer here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been kind of a crazy week here, and there's been a little bit of fallout, but we're back. Everything's jamming here at Civic Media, and we are on the air and ready to rock. Conrad is back in the producer's seat, and I am here. Everybody's where we belong. And it's great to have you with us on this Thursday night. Folks, this is the Christmas Eve of weeknights. We've got a lot going on here tonight. Johnny Beehner will be here, comedian based in Madison. Johnny Beehner will be here at 6:35 tonight. Johnny's going to make the popcorn pick of the week, and I'm very excited. Every time John comes on the show, he's so much fun. Do you remember what Johnny's claim to fame was, Conrad?
What was it?
He's got a really cool fun fact. He is the last comedian to perform on The Late Show with David Letterman.
Yes.
That had not been on the show before. He made his debut just weeks before Dave hung it up. And I think that is like one of the coolest things ever. And Johnny's a great guy. So he's been on the show several times. He was live with me one night from Madison about a year ago. That was fun. And he did a charity event for me in Marinette about 4 or 5 months ago with our other friend, John Egan, and our other friend, Jessica Phillips. And it was good to hang out and socialize with those guys that night, and Johnny in particular, because we hung out a little later into the evening. But very funny comic, and I'm very excited to see what he brings in terms of his popcorn pick of the week. We'll find out at 6:35, folks. You won't want to miss that. And then at 7:35, my other pal, Kurt Krause, Northeast Wisconsin-based actor and producer, will be here at 7:35 in studio, maybe even a couple minutes earlier. We'll see what happens. But he is in downtown Green Bay, and he will mosey into the studio, and we will talk about some really cool legislation that passed earlier this week for filmmakers. Actually, I think it was late last week, right before the 4th. But big news, and Kurt has been actively involved. I think he's been kind of lobbying the governor with a group of other people from Action Wisconsin, but he was in the Capitol several times, sort of trying to sway the conversation to have these great incentives that we have as filmmakers now in Wisconsin. And I have to be honest, I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but I have a film that I've been putting together for a couple of years, pre-COVID, and then COVID messed us up for like 3 years. Got back at it about a year ago, and we'll see what happens with it, but I can shoot that in Wisconsin now.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Can I be the lead?
Send me a picture and a resume, and wear a
a
shirt,
resume
for God's sakes.
Nothing even close to acting on it.
With a radio producer credit on it. But it is great news for Wisconsin filmmakers, because there are a lot of people out there like me that would have had to go. We were planning on going to northern Minnesota, where you can utilize 2 incentives. Well, if I shoot the film in northeast Wisconsin, I can utilize a lot of, hopefully what a lot of filmmakers do is utilize favors from friends, and they are able to trim a lot off their budget that way. Well, that coupled with the incentives makes it just about the same as going to northern Minnesota, and I can keep the film here in Wisconsin, where I've always wanted to. So that's exciting. It's an exciting day for a lot of Wisconsin filmmakers. We'll talk about that with Kurt at 7:35. So, great night to be here at Nite Lite, folks. We have to get to some texts that came in overnight, and these came in. I don't even know. Bud texted us. Were these last night? They must have put a replay on from like last week.
It was when we were talking about eggs.
But that was last week, right?
Yes.
You were saying how you like to dunk your toast into the disgusting runny egg yolk. And I was saying how I like scrambled, and I like them well scrambled. And Bud says, Bud's in the 608, and he's out and about from 4 to 6 a.m. every morning, and he listens to rebroadcasts of the show, which I think is great. He says, hey, Pete and Conrad, just chiming in late on Egg Talk. Pete Schwaba, a guy who likes his eggs well done. Love your show, Bud from Janesville. Thank you, Bud. And then he says, hey, Pete and Kay, I'm with Kay on the runny yolk and toast. Yum.
Yum.
LYS. What does that mean?
Like your stuff?
Love your show. He says love your show every time.
Okay.
I should have figured that out. And then he says BFJ, which sounds obscene, but it's not. Thank you, Bud. We love that you listen to the show and that you find some enjoyment. So we have a great question tonight that I think we should get to. Let's go to the question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
All right, we're piggybacking off a question we did the other night because it's been such a weird week. We had a dive bar question earlier in the week. What constitutes a dive bar? Well, we're extending that a little bit. So tonight's question is, you walk into a dive bar, what song is playing on the jukebox? Give me a good dive bar song. You walk into a dive bar, what song is playing on the jukebox? And Con, you weren't here for that show, but we had, first of all, Chris Casper he gave like 18 suggestions of what you find in dive bars, which tell me that Chris has been in his share of dive bars. He and I and Dom had drinks at Paul's right next to the Civic Media Madison Studios. And that's a nicer place. And Chris seemed pretty at home there too. But he obviously loves his dive bar. So
yeah. I went there actually when I was in Madison.
To Paul's?
Yes.
Oh, I want to hear that. All right. But here tonight, our question, folks, is you walk into a dive bar, what song is playing on the juke? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Text us on the app. Text us on the stream. Message us. Get a hold of us any way you can, but please get a hold of us and be part of the show. And I will read your text on the radio. We've got some good social media responses I'll get to shortly. But that's our question of the night. You walk into a dive bar. What song is playing on the jukebox? I've already said this. I actually shared my answer on social media. Any song by Bob Seger. And I mean that in a good way. Like, I don't mean like he's a trashy artist in any way. There are just some jukeboxes and some dive bars. Taking Care of Business is another song. You're going to hear Neil Young. You're going to hear some classic rock. Freebird probably. But I love some Bob Seger on the jukebox. That's what's playing in my dive bar. So share yours, and we'll get to those, and we'll have some fun tonight. So when did you go to Madison?
So mine, because it wasn't really it kind of was a dive bar. It was like in between it. nice bar and a dive bar.
If it's on State Street, it's not really a bar.
Well,
a dive bar,
I'm
I
saying
think.
this is where I'd usually go when I was in Milwaukee.
Okay.
For the song, or the artist, I would say, The Lonely Island.
That's the name of the bar?
No, that's the artist.
The name of the artist is The Lonely Island?
Have you ever heard of them?
No, you got a clip?
I probably shouldn't play any of their songs.
Oh, wow.
It's Andy Samberg,
Oh,
his
dude.
his band.
That's
it's
not
all
like...
because they make hilarious music. All right.
Yeah.
And anytime my buddy and I would have a chance to use the jukebox or whatever they had, we'd put on one of their songs because we just laugh every time it go on.
You ever been in a situation where it's like a jukebox hostage situation where some idiot puts in $10, or he'll go and play the Macarena over and over, or, whatever the song is of the moment, like Achy Breaky Heart or something. And they'll play that. It used to be you could play that over and over and someone would play it 10 times and the clientele would just leave. So
then they got the bar to themselves.
They got smart eventually. But anyway, so yeah, let us know what your jukebox song is, folks, in a dive bar. I think we've had a lot of fun. We've only done 2 shows where there was a live. It just worked out that way because it was a crazy week. But we did the Tuesday show about dive bars, and we're piggybacking on that tonight. So you can add.
So I also had on social media. I posted on Tuesday what I think makes it.
Yes.
And I said really cheap booze.
I don't think I have those responses here. So let me read those because we missed in the chaos. We were out of our routine a little bit because you weren't here. So our social media responses from Tuesday, we don't like to leave people out here at Nite Lite. What makes a bar a dive bar? And we got some great answers. I won't read all of them, obviously, because we got a ton of texts that night. But on our social media pages, we did not get to these. And Daniel Wheeler says 100% the bathroom. If the stall doors are made from scrap plywood, painted forest green, and rusty side bolt latches attached with mismatched screw types, you're in a dive bar. Boy, that is a filmmaker's eye for detail right there from Daniel. Thank you, buddy. And here's yours, Conrad Krieger. Really cheap booze. Were you sipping on some really cheap booze when you sent that in?
No.
Okay.
There is a bar back in Kewaskum where they have $1 beer. It's it's a dive bar. So
sure.
And the bathrooms do look like what Daniel Wheeler said. So
my favorites were from the other night were a couple slow dancing when there's no music and there's no dance floor. They're just like, and there's definite groping happening.
Oh,
and
no.
Most people would feel uncomfortable, except it's a dive bar, so people expect that kind of stuff. I said a bar of soap in the bathroom. It's like got dirt on it, and I think Todd said like signage that has swear words in it, and just there's such great answers the other night. Nick the other night said it needs to feel aged. Yes, that's a great one, Nick. Agreed. And my pal Vince Morano says location. Well, that's pretty good too. Thank you, Vince. Vince, as a comedian, a lot of comics have been in dive bars because you go out drinking after the show. Pittsburgh. Oh my God, there was a bar up on the hill on Mount Washington called Amel's. It was an old steelworker bar. And I was in there with Lewis Black one night and my pal Keith Leslie, God rest his soul. And it's literally people had a beer and a shot. That's where that phrase comes from, are probably Pittsburgh steel bars. But that was a great dive bar too. All right, so let us know what is playing on the jukebox when you walk into a dive bar. What's on the jukebox? This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. It's the popcorn pick of the week coming at you in just about 10 minutes, folks. We're coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Yeah. Oh, where can you go when your money gets low? In the basement, down in the basement. And if a storm is taking place, you can jam and still be safe in the basement.
That's a great dive bar. The basement is like lower than the dive bar. That's like people that when you're down in your luck, you don't even go to a dive bar. You head down to the basement with a case of Meisterbrow. So that's a perfect song for more dive bar talk. Hey, this is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. Great to have you with me. Welcome back. In just a few minutes, Madison-based stand-up comic Johnny Beehner will be here. We're going to talk about his popcorn pick of the week. At 7:35, our pal Kurt Krause, actor and producer based here in Northeast Wisconsin, will come on and give us an update on how great our state is now that we will have a film office and the incentives have passed. So that'll be fun. Fun show tonight. And our question is, you walk into a dive bar, what song is on the jukebox? I say anything by Bob Seger. What did you say again, Con?
The Lonely Island.
The Lonely Island.
Yeah, on your way home tonight, just listen to a couple tunes.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that.
At least look at the names of their songs.
All right. So you took a trip to Madison. What kind of tomfoolery happened there?
Well, we went down there because we wanted to do something fun for the 4th, and we didn't have a plan originally, but we were like, the 4 of my friends and I haven't all gone together in Madison.
Yeah.
So we went down there. We stayed at the concourse, and
oh, that's right.
We went on this paddle boat, I believe it's called, but you don't really
on Lake Mendota.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
You don't really have to
Never
pedal.
done
though.
one of those.
Yeah, I mean you don't. It's just there for show. I feel like because
Yeah.
there's still a motor and a guy, driving the boat. So, but we got one of the older ones that didn't have a roof on it, or a little. And it was a really hot day. So
It was like Friday or was it 4th?
yeah, it was the 4th.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I put on the most sunscreen out of it. No one else did. I wonder if they got burned from that, but I put on a lot of sunscreen, and I still felt really hot out there. But it was a lot of fun. They let us, hook our phones up for the DJ.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's kinda
yeah,
cool.
we went across to this one bar that was like kind of like a bar by the docks. Got to go in there, then go back on the boat, and then go back to where the docks were for the boat. And after that, we just went downtown, and it was a lot of fun that night.
What bars did you go to?
We went to. I know we went to the. What was the bar you said again?
Paul's.
Paul's. We went there,
Yeah.
and then we also went to the Red Rocks Saloon.
Red Rocks is fun.
Oh, and also the people we met on the boat, we actually went out with them, like to some of the bars down there. So that was fun.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, we met some new people.
Did you go to Whiskey Jack's?
Yes, we did go to
That's my son Joe's favorite bar.
And then we
too.
also went. I forget what it's called, but it was a bar across the street, and it had like it had a balcony on top.
Okay.
And that was fun to be out there, and we got to see some of the fireworks on the balcony there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and then I don't know if because you stayed at the concourse a couple times.
Many times, yeah, over the years, yeah.
I didn't know, none of my friends or I knew that the breakfast costed money.
Oh no.
So we had breakfast there. My friend wasn't.
It's a restaurant where you're seated though. You guys didn't know that?
Well, there was a buffet, so we were like,
okay.
so we. My friend had 5 pieces of fruit. He's like, I can't eat right now. So we're going back to the elevator, and the waiter comes running down.
Thinks you guys are dining and dashing.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta pay. And we all look at each other like, what? Yeah. Conrad, you said it was free.
We thought this was an upscale hotel, like a Super 8.
Because last time I stayed there, I ate there and went back to the room.
So you dined and dashed before and you didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
so that's why I was like,
funny.
it's a free breakfast.
Yeah.
So my friend paid $15 for
It's
5
always free
pieces
if
of
you
fruit.
dine and dash. That's the beauty.
So that was funny. But
Technically, they have free breakfast there.
it was a really fun night though. It's always fun going down to Madison.
It's so great.
I
One of my
showed
favorite
the
cities.
guys where the Civic Media headquarters are.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're gorgeous too, right above
Yeah.
Comedy on State, looking over the. Well, I'll be there a week from Monday too. From this coming Monday, we'll be doing the show live from there. That's always fun. I want to share this text that Aaron Zommers, who produces the Todd Alba Show. If you haven't checked it out, you absolutely must. Todd is touring the state right now and did not ask me to go. I'm a little upset about that. But Zommers says, I finally watched Sinners the other day, and it was great. However, I really didn't like the random flashbacks to things that had happened like 20 minutes ago. It was like they didn't trust us to remember the explicit exposition we were given. Otherwise, though, it was great. A great take on vampires. Just thought I'd pass that along since you recommended it on your show. I agree with Zommers, and I don't like to be talked down to either by way of dialogue through movies or TV show. But frankly, if it only happened a couple times, Aaron, you're doing okay because they do that, and people's attention span is like 0. Thank you for sharing that, though, buddy. That's great. Yeah, and I still recommend Sinners. Let's get to some of our social media texts for our question tonight. You're walking to a dive bar. What is on the jukebox? Our pal Rich Tallarico says the piano has been drinking. Tom Waits. Oh, I remember that song. Wow. Yeah, Tom Waits is a great jukebox artist. Mike Desitel says, I like beer. Tom T. Hall. Forgot about that song. Thank you, Mike. Our pal Jimmy Kuska says, hair metal is my go-to during a hostile takeover of the jukebox anywhere I go. So Jimmy's that guy.
Good for him.
That pays $10 and won't let anybody else listen to the jukebox. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Jim. Daniel Wheeler says, Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carnes. Oh, that's a good one. That's just a great song. I kind of forget about that one. And my own response, anything by Bob Seger. And I mean that in a good way. My pal Sean says, Pete Schwaba, nothing like walking into a dive bar strung out from the road. You can feel the eyes upon you. I feel like those are song lyrics, and I don't have the music to accompany them, so I don't know. Either way, thank you, Sean. We've got a ton of text to get to on the stream, and on the text line, we'll do that too. But coming up after the news, we can bang a couple of these out. Let's do that, Conrad. Chad Fran says, Pete, in all caps. I'll take that, Chad. Thank you. He says, White Snake. Yes. Here I go again on my own, maybe? Great dive bar song. Dave on the stream says, Freebird. Absolutely. Well done, Dave. As usual, Chad Fran says, on rerun. What does that mean? Does he listen to the rerun?
I think he's saying the song that he said is on rerun all the time.
Then he says, we have to like the music. No, you don't have to like it, Chad. Whatever song you want. Dave also says, ice in the urinal, yes. And then you try to pee on the ice and it melts the ice. That's a fun bar game. We're coming right back with the popcorn pick of the week. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It's time for the Nite Lite Popcorn Pick of the Week, where we recommend a movie that you'll either enjoy or won't. Here's your host, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, folks. It's great to have you with me on this beautiful Thursday night. We're broadcasting live from gorgeous downtown Green Bay on a lovely summer evening. And it's about to get lovelier because I'm in the process right now of welcoming my pal, Madison Bay stand-up comedian. You've seen him on David Letterman. You've seen him. He's had his own dry bar comedy special. And if you were really lucky, you saw him in Marinette, Wisconsin last February. But right now he's on the stream and he joins us to make the popcorn pick of the week. Johnny Beehner. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. It's a beautiful evening in Green Bay.
It is. You're not in Green Bay, though.
No, I'm not. But I heard you say that, and I looked at your screen, and I thought it looks beautiful.
It's stunning, but it's gorgeous everywhere. I have to tell you something before we start. I remember when you were in Marinette, you hadn't eaten, and I said, let me take you to this place. I hear they have great burgers. So I won't name the place, but we went there, and I did not eat. You had a burger, and we were just hanging out, and then we left, and I went in there for a burger like 2 months ago for the first time ever, and I want to apologize to you.
Oh, you didn't like the burger?
I thought it was fine, but
it's a low bar for me. Food, I like food. I like food. I was happy. I faked nothing.
All right, that makes me happy because it's like sometimes a burger is just a burger and people go, oh, they have great burgers. No, they have burgers that you can eat that are cooked, but it's not like, I don't think they've ever had gourmet burgers. And I sound like an elitist here, but.
Yeah, they have burgers that are available after the comedy show.
Right, exactly. But I was eating my burger the whole time going, oh, man, I think I might have oversold this place. It wasn't like it was bad, but I just didn't want you to think I don't have a sophisticated palate, John. That's where I'm going with this.
Well, hey, we had corn dogs for dinner the other night, and I thought it was fantastic. So,
oh, that's great. So, all right, it's great to have you here. Do you have I have to ask you before we get into the popcorn pick, do you have a song that you probably have heard on millions of jukeboxes when you've walked into a dive bar?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, first thing that comes to mind is just Journey.
Yeah. Oh, Journey's great. That's a great
answer. And you know what's funny? And that's not a bad thing. I can play 4 songs on piano, and I'm learning. One of them is a Journey song, and the 5th one that I'm learning is another Journey song. They've got great piano ballads.
They're great. I love Journey. Even Don't Stop Believing has been overplayed to death. I still kind of go a little
That's
crazy.
The one I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, it's awesome. I chose Bob Seger, and you know our friend Mike Toomey. You're friends with Mike.
Oh yeah, love Mike.
He's been on the show, and he has a great joke about Bob Seger. He says, everybody at a Bob Seger concert has a Bob Seger T-shirt on, and they all look like Bob Seger. He says the only way you can tell who Bob Seger actually is that he's the one not wearing a Bob Seger T-shirt. That's just such a great joke.
That's hilarious.
Well, it's great to have you here. Thank you for doing this. I thought you had already done the popcorn pick for us, but I'm glad this worked out. So let's.
This is my pleasure.
Yeah, let's jump in. How does Johnny Beehner watch movies? Are you a theater guy or do you watch at home?
My favorite way to watch them is in a theater.
Yeah.
But it's not the most convenient way. So I tend to watch them in my basement or on my iPad, which I have like a stand for. So it's like instead of having a TV in my room, I just have an iPad right next to my face on a stand. So I watch a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's one of the best gifts my wife ever gave me was this like C-shaped stand. So the iPad is right next to your head and you can lay in bed and not hold it.
Do you have headphones on then? Do you use headphones?
Yeah, if we're not watching together, I'll put my AirPods in.
Because I do the thing where it's such a production. Like I get into bed, I got my readers on, my headphones, and my phone, like 5-inch screen. And sometimes I wake up and the phone is on my face, or like I'll wake up 2 hours later and there's like an episode of Cheers or Seinfeld that was 5 down the list. And it's like the dialogue will wake me up and I'll go, where am I? It's just,
yeah.
I love that though. The iPad stuff.
I've been there.
All right. So I'm kind of with you. I typically prefer theater movies, but it is awfully darn convenient to watch them in your own house.
And they're coming out streaming so quickly after the theater, which is not great for theater business, but it's very convenient.
Absolutely. Do you take your kids still to movies? Do you guys go to
You know what? This is very timely because a couple weeks ago, I bought tickets for Superman. Me and my older 2 kids are seeing Superman tomorrow at 7 p.m. And I am so excited.
It's getting really good reviews. I'm pretty excited to see it myself. Oh, have you seen anything else this summer?
I really wanted to see Friendship, but I just never got around to seeing it in the theater. And that was another one where it came out so quickly after the theater. So I just bought it on iTunes and I did watch it.
Sweet.
That's the most recent, new release that I can think of that I saw.
How is that movie?
I liked it. I was really, I would love to see I Think You Should Leave movie, and that's not what it is, but it's that character in a different movie.
Okay.
So, but it was good. I liked it. I'm an easy critic.
Yeah, I haven't. That's on my list, and I want to see it. I hope I like it because I like him. So when you do you like previews in the theater, or do you like to get there right when the movie starts?
Oh no, I love them. I have a buddy, Jason Russell. He's another comedian. He thinks trailers are the dumbest thing ever. He will sit in the hallway of the movie theater and have his wife text him when they're done. He gets so mad. I'm bummed. Like Apple got rid of their trailers app. They used to have an app that was just all trailers of upcoming movies. I love trailers.
Oh, that's so
Gets
cool.
me excited.
My guest is Johnny Beehner. He is joining us tonight from Madison, where he is based out of. He's a very funny stand-up comedian, and he is here tonight to make the popcorn pick of the week. John, what is your snack choice? When you go to the theater, what are you getting at the concession stand?
Nothing. I will go to Target on my way to the theater, and I will buy 3 movie theater box. They know what they're doing. It's called movie theater candy, and I will buy 3 boxes of Reese's Pieces, and then I will buy the soda from the theater.
That's
fair. I'll get a huge soda. Yeah.
So how do you sneak them in? They're just like in your pants. You walk in looking like you got a pocket full of bad
intentions. The 7-year-old ripping tickets is not going to stop the 6'5" Gigantor.
Really? What's he supposed to do? Make a citizen's arrest or something?
Right.
That's great. I'm with you. I like the Goobers. I don't even know if they make them anymore, but I feel like I was in a theater somewhere and they still sold Goobers and I was happy. But maybe I dreamed that. I don't know. But I don't know if they still make them, but that's probably my favorite snack.
What is that, like caramel inside of chocolate, or what are Goobers?
Just peanuts, regular peanuts with chocolate on top. And if those aren't available, I go peanut M&Ms. But I've kind of stopped doing the popcorn because your fingers get so messy.
Yeah.
And then
I can't stop. I get a stomach ache. I love the popcorn, but I never get it
Yeah.
because I just get sick by the end of the movie.
And we have like in Marinette, I don't know, like the same deal. It's like a bunch of kids working behind the counter. And I asked for I thought I'll go pretzel. It's just bread. It's not so horribly unhealthy. And the hot cheese. And I'll go, the cheese is hot, right? And he goes, oh, you want it heated up? Who the hell wants a pretzel with cold, gross processed cheese? Like, that's what you're dealing with. Yeah.
Wow.
Nuke it, man.
Yikes.
What about when you're home, John? Like, do you eat a full meal? Do you have a cocktail you like?
While watching a movie?
Yeah.
I like having a beer with my movie at home. I
Okay.
mean, I like soda. I'm trying to get off soda, but with a movie, I feel like that's time out from the diet.
Right.
Because you gotta. So I like to have a beverage. I don't always eat something while I'm eating a movie if I'm at home, but
Okay. Wow. Look
I
at you,
need
man.
something to drink, either a soda or a beer.
Very disciplined. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
It's impressive. Like, let me ask you this: when you're in a theater, though, and there are like, let's say, a bunch of young punks talking, do you shush them? Do you give them a look? Do you fight them? What do you do?
I'm a very passive aggressive person. I will make noises and hope they notice, or I'll look at other people and be like, "You believe that someone should do?" Hoping someone else will step in. I don't want to get stabbed.
Right. That's the problem. Like I used to say something to people. I used to give drivers looks. I don't do any of that anymore. The last time I said something was about 5 years ago, and I said, "This isn't your living room." And there was a kid. I'm like, "Oh God!" I thought it was a grown man. This kid was like 17, and he just stared at me for like 5 seconds, and I'm like, "This is lose-lose because I'm not fighting a kid, even if he comes after me. I'm just gonna turn and walk away, and I'm gonna look like the biggest weirdo in the world."
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what kind of movies do you like, John?
I like comedies. I like horror movies.
Nice.
I don't know if I like horror movies. I like the pursuit of a good horror movie. There's so many bad ones,
Yeah.
but I like trying to find ones that are good. And I like space sci-fi movies. I don't like Lord of the Rings nerd stuff. That stuff. But I like you ever see the movie Passengers?
No.
With what's his name from Parks and Rec? He plays
Joel
a
McHale?
Star-Lord.
Or no?
No, he plays Star-Lord, the Marvel guy. I can't remember. He's like Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah.
It's him, and I am so terrible.
It's Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. There you go. It's just those two, and it's just those two for most of the movie, but it's just such an interesting movie, and I've seen it a bunch of times.
Have you ever snuck booze into a movie?
Sure, I have.
Okay.
I don't think not regularly because a lot of theaters you can get beer at. I mean, not booze. I'll drink a beer. I don't drink booze like liquor during a movie.
That is such a Wisconsin response. No, I'm not gonna sneak liquor in. I'll bring a beer in.
That's so true.
And your response was so whimsical. It was like, "Yeah, I'll sneak a beer." I'm like, you're still breaking the law, buddy. So
The
I
theater law.
have to ask you, one of my favorite jokes. You do such great. I mean, all your jokes are great, but I love when you talk about your wife. And can you please tell the listeners what it's like when you both pick movies at home and how you guys do that?
Oh gosh.
If you can remember.
Yeah. So it started like it was during COVID where we would, one of us will pick out the movie and then the other one will hate their life for 90 minutes. And then we just take turns doing that. That's pretty much our system.
I don't know. I that's maybe the most relatable joke of yours to me because I remember sitting through those movies and being just angry. Like, why am I watching this? And she's going to do the same thing next week.
My wife is a saint though, because like she lets me pick it 85% of the time.
Oh, wow.
And I just always assume, well, it's a good movie. We both like it.
Yeah.
But she's just a good sport and she doesn't complain when she picks some period piece, about the Queen. I'm like, oh my God, what? Let's watch separate movies.
You got your phone kind of secretly on the side. Like, all right, I think we're ready. Con, what do you think? Do we have enough information where we're ready to get a movie?
I think
pick?
so.
You got the drum roll ready? All right. Folks, Madison-based stand-up comedian Johnny Beehner is here. He is about to give us his popcorn pick of the week after Conrad rolls the drums. Lay it on us, buddy.
The original Superman 1.
Oh, wow. Nice. With Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, I think it's 79, right?
That sounds about right. Yeah. Great choice.
Yeah.
So you're going to see the new one.
I'm going to see the new one.
Oh, I'd love to get a full report on what you thought as it compares to the one from the 70s. I
think it's going to be a very different. I don't know if I'll be mentally comparing them because I think that's it's not going to top it. It'll be different.
Yeah, the 70s one is they still put Superman like on a truck and for flying, and then they
right.
Yeah.
What it looks good compared to what they had done before that movie.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was the whole tagline of the movie was "You'll believe a man can fly" just because of the leap in.
That's excellent.
What they did with the green
all right, Johnny Beehner is here. We're going to break down his popcorn pick of the week right after this very short break. Please don't leave, folks. We got so much show still coming your way. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
With senoritas who can sway.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me on this awesome Thursday night, folks. It was almost a bar band Thursday. There will be no bar band this week, so we'll have to. Terry Barr will be here next Friday. Kirk Krause is coming up at 7:35 to talk about the new law that will put film incentives into play in Wisconsin, and it is about damn time. We will also have a film office here, which is cool. If you want to get in on the action of tonight's question, it's you walk into a dive bar. What song is on the jukebox? That's what we're asking. 855-752-4842. We'll catch up on text in just a few minutes. Right now, we got a few more minutes with... I completely lost track of time, Conrad. I've only done one show other than this one this week.
Yeah.
It feels really weird. I feel like I should be collecting on my paper route or something. I'm having a weird moment here. But Johnny Beehner is here. He is a Madison-based stand-up comic, and he just gave us the popcorn pick of the week, Superman. And I just looked it up, John. It's from 1978.
Okay.
What a cast. I mean, Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, Ned Beatty, Jackie Cooper, Glenn Ford, I think played Superman's dad, or Clark's dad, Jack O'Halloran, Valerie Perrine. Oh, I had such a crush on her when I was a kid. I think she was Lex's girlfriend, right? She was great.
Who's Jack O'Halloran? Is he Jimmy?
He's Non. He's the big scary dude with the beard.
Non, okay.
Yeah. And he looks like a scary guy.
That's right.
That was no-brainer casting. Yeah, that's a great pick. Thank you for making that. And I would love to hear what you think about the new one, too, because it is getting pretty good reviews. So that's kind of fun.
I'm excited.
So, hey, tell us about Madison Comedy Week is coming up. Are you involved in that this year?
I am. I have a couple shows on it. It's I love it. I've done it the last 3 years, I think 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Jake Snell runs it, and it's a blast. Yeah.
Jake is going to come back on the show, and I'm a little closer to it, and we'll ask Jake about it. I had him on at your urging last year, and we talked about it. A great guy. Is he Madison based?
He was. He lives in Chicago now, but he's in Madison all the time, and he works, for and with the club on a lot of stuff. So he's very involved in Madison comedy.
What kind of event is that? It's different venues, right? It's not just Comedy on State.
Right. It's there's Comedy on State. Yeah, there's a lot of different venues. The only other one I can think of that I've done is the Burr Oak is one of them. And then they used to do outdoor shows at McPike Park, but that I think got moved. But yeah, there's a lot of venues. I mean, if you check out the website, I think it has all the shows listed.
Yeah.
MadisonComedyWeek.com.
Is it a contest in any way, or is it just
Nope.
kind of celebration of comedy? And
It's just a celebration of Madison comedy. And I mean, they bring in comics from outside. So it's like a festival, but it's not a competition based one, which I like.
that's so
It's just
great.
a good hang.
Yeah. It's so what I love about your act, John, is that you can work clean. You have a dry bar special, but I've seen you in front of more of in Marinette, it's kind of a dive bar audience because everyone's liquored up. They go out one night a year and they tie one on, and you can spice it up a little bit. It's nice to be able to work in front of different crowds. How do you prefer to work?
Yeah. I mean, I like comedy club crowds, where I can be clean and dip into immature stuff. I mean, I'm never really vulgar. Yeah. But I can, do non-corporate comedy and stuff. But comedy club's my favorite, where you can just say whatever you want. We're all adults and our boss isn't there.
Exactly. Where can people see you? What do you have coming up?
I got, Comedy Week. What is it? Madison Comedy Week is the first full week of August. So I think that's the 3rd through the 9th, I want to say.
Okay.
And I'm at Comedy on State on the 7th, which is Thursday at 9:30. And then I'm at the Burr Oak on Friday, the 8th at 9 p.m. And if you're in Davenport, Iowa, next Friday, the 18th of July, I am at Rhythm City Casino.
Where is that? Where is Davenport is one of the Quad Cities. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. That's practically Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's not too far of a drive.
It's like a suburb of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Tell us about your podcast. Where can people check out your podcast?
Oh, The Cavalry. That is myself and Andrew Slater. Yeah. Very funny. We have not. It's just us backing each other up on topics that we get pushback on, and we try to provide backup. We should try to have you on one of our episodes. We haven't had guests in a long time because we kept getting feedback. Stop having guests.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's good though. That means people want to hear you talk.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe that could be it. But we, it's nice to have guests because we got to come up with a lot of topics and prep more when we don't have guests.
That's funny.
But it's great. Yeah, it's called The Cavalry, which is, I like the name, but after executing it, we found that a lot of people are like, I looked up the Calvary or the Cavalry. I see now, I always forget it. Right. Calling in the Cavalry. That's what it is. But people think it's Calvary. And they're like, is it a religious podcast? No, it's Cavalry.
How often do they drop?
Every Monday, unless Andrew forgets or is on a ship with technical difficulties, then Tuesday. But we've done 271 episodes and we haven't missed a week yet. Plus bonus episodes. Yeah. So
even when he's at sea.
We used to backlog and have a couple safeties, but now the internet has gotten really good at sea. So we'll still record when he's at sea.
Can we keep you for just a couple more minutes after the news?
Sure, of course.
All right, fantastic. Well, I'm going to ask Johnny what he's watching. Maybe you got a road story, John? Maybe I'll even ask you about a road story.
All right, I'll try to think of a great one.
Or just make
one up. Are we going into break or are you asking now?
No, we're going into break. So if you need to make one up or you search the internet for somebody else's, that's fine too. Johnny Beehner is here. Kurt Krause coming up at 7:35. We're going to talk film incentives. And our question of the night is, you walk into a dive bar, what song is on the jukebox? This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. We're coming right back after intermission for Act 2 on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.